On this week's episode, Konami finally gives us some new information about the ban list, while also giving some pretty crazy tournament documents. Policy, that is. An OTS 10 pack is on the horizon. We speculate what's going to be in it. This is the Cowboy4Game Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast. And I'm Bragg. And I'm joined today by Blake.
Hey.
And Jake.
Yo.
Blake and Jake. I like.
Yeah.
Definitely.
How many times are you going to fuck up our names?
Not very often. I don't do that often.
I don't think Bragg does at all.
I have before.
Listen, I tried.
No, the only time I did do it was on the live podcast where I'm so used to saying Jake first and he wasn't in the room. I said you, I'm pretty sure. But now yeah, whatever. Anyway, how's that week in Yu-Gi-Oh? I'll start with you, Blake. Did you do anything?
Actually,
yeah, you did.
Up on everything.
Was that?
I caught up on everything. I caught up on everything and I played some speed duels, so that was cool.
Yeah, we'll get into speed duels a little bit later, but definitely. Oh, I did include that in the show. Yeah, actually, that's probably your first intro with speed duels, isn't it? I haven't really talked about speed duels. Hey.
It's fun, man. I was like, oh, hold on.
Yeah, it's a breath of fresh air, but also a little bit familiar with short print ultra rares and. In both there's two games that can ruin with rarities. How was your week, Jake?
Yeah, it was alright. Just still grinding on Invoke Mech Knight Kaiju.
Well, I saw a list of top to regionals as well. So, there's definitely people like you doing it as well.
There's no doubt that there's people like me.
You can surround yourself with people like you. It doesn't make you correct.
See America for more information.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's purely from two factors. Until very recently, I was too poor to afford anything else, but I've come into some money, so I may well buy some decent stuff. And then B, just fucking too busy to sit down and actually build a deck. But the next one on the horizon potentially would be Guard Dragon Pendulum.
Yep,
they seem pretty nuts. But yeah, still not willing to buy Dangers.
Yeah, I would probably wait till after the ban list just to see.
That's my biggest concern. Like, even if they get limited, that means that there'll be more quote unquote playlists, play sets rather, of Dangers available for me to buy. So
and they'll still be good, even no matter what they're going to do. Like, I see them still being influential on the meta going forward. Yeah. So with all your money,
what number they are?
Yeah. With all your money, did you buy any dual power?
Bragg, I hate you. I had that line ready, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna segue time, and you were like, nah.
I have bought one box at this stage. To be perfectly honest, people are chasing that box for the good reprints, and anything getting reprinted and already have it. So, I may well try is the key word there, to not buy any more.
Yep.
I did buy one, like I said, and it was okay. I pulled Archfiend Abyss, which I already have, a Ultra Reaper, which I don't give a fuck about, and an Ultra Ghost Ogre, which again I don't give a fuck about, and everything else was just bleh.
Yeah.
Do we? This might be going a little too far ahead. Do you think these reprints are any indicator of what's to come?
I feel like it might be a bit too early to hit the stuff that's been reprinted. If you look at the ones that have been reprinted in terms of meta relevancy, theoretically they could ban Archfiend Abyss, but that's not really the problem, because then they just summon some other dragon. They'll probably hit Darkness Metal if they want to sort of break that, like the OCG have.
Yeah, there's no Darkness Metal in this line around, is there?
No.
I would say that, and that's the one going.
Yeah, potentially. And then what else? Impermanence. I can't see them hitting Impermanence.
Nah, Imperm's fair. So is evenly matched.
I think it's just treated as a good hand trap, and no good hand traps have been hit other than Max E. So
don't say his name.
That's. Think about it. That was banned, and no other hand traps are hit right now.
Yeah. I can't think of any.
Too powerful.
you don't think they can still hit Ash Blossom with this? I mean, they did short print the Ultra, so they still do have a value on it.
It does have a common though.
No, and the Ultra in this as well.
Yeah, all the Ghost Girls got reprinted. Like they could do the OCG treatment on it. What's it in the OCG? Is it semi-limit or limit?
Semi.
Semi. They could do semi. Like it'd be kind of shit if they did semi, but like I wouldn't be mad about it.
Yeah, everything's always a little bit shit with the semi. Ghost Bell, I wasn't expecting to stay as a short print as well.
Yeah. I think it's because it's like in that set there's still so many expensive things in Flames of Destruction, isn't it? So
yeah. It just
I guess
why it actually still has some value.
I thought it could maintain the value with the short print Infinite Impermanence though. I thought like it just could get like along on that. And they could just, print Ghost Bell and the rest of the Ghost Girls at a reasonable printing. But no, they are definitely short of that too, so...
Well, I suppose it's because Flames of Destruction, although it's hard to find, it is still in circulation, so I suppose they still want to keep that as high as possible until they stop printing, like, main bits of that set.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that, like, Bell's gone down in price in general anyway. And it has gone down further since the reprint. Like, I think the last time I checked it was still around the $60 mark, where it's been sitting pretty comfortably. And since the reprint, it's down to about 40. So
yeah, 40 is where I want it. That's
40 is a decent price. Like, that's what Secret Ghost Ogres go for. And, like, they have their time in and out of the meta, so, and the same will be for Bell.
I was going to say, the same will be for Bell. It's an on and off relevant card. And I think, I think $40 is... That's about where it should be.
40 to 50 should always be where hand traps are. I hate it when they go above that. But that's just, my pettiness. I was meant to bitch about something, wasn't I?
No, so talking about you disliking card prices, some people would dislike the new tournament policy changes. Right?
Hey, he's segueing for me.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
God. Trying so hard.
These, I mean, actually, I wasn't going to go to I was going to say something I did like first. I was going to lead with the positive news.
People aren't here to see what we like.
We'll stay on the negative first.
An hour and a half.
I'm very much a positive negative person, like a happy moment. No, but then we're going to go on an hour and a half of how this is shit.
Okay, that's not a happy person.
Actually, no. That's me.
Today the sun was shining, but I got run over by a bus.
And then, well, I mean, I'm still going to do it. Anyway, fucking the ban list we won't hear about until later in this month, even though it was no sooner than April. They clarified. In what was shockingly, they communicated what they were thinking, what they were doing with the ban list. And went, you know what, it's going to come out later this month. We're kind of happy with the meta. I'm pretty happy with the meta too. So...
Yeah, it is funny that we're so surprised by the fact that, like...
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait, they spoke?
Which is...
Like, hold on.
Honestly, it was late March. I thought they were just setting up for, like, a mad April Fool's prank and, like, April 1, an official ban list comes out. Surprise, bitches!
And then they also clarified something with Necroz Cycle as well, which is, like, cool. Like, above board, this is what we're doing. Nice stuff. And, I mean, and they also did communicate pretty well the tournament policy document, which is what Blake was referring to, what we talked about in the intro. So they've given a big update to the tournament policy, where's the thing, woohoo, all are here, but they also gave us a nice little summary, so that's alright. So, big stuff to take from it is there is going to be multiple head judges, like 2 tiers. And at a YCS, there's just a second tier of judge that would have the final call, not just the head judge. So instead of having to involve the head judge in everything, for thousands of people, like with the kind of tournament numbers they're getting, this makes sense.
So they've gone from a dictatorship to like a president-vice president system. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Okay.
They've also clarified the media credentials.
I didn't see any of this, so please.
Oh, yeah, no, it's just more of like, just clarifying, hey, if you're media, you have to have prior permission. And you have to understand who you can film, you need talent releases and all that stuff. Yeah. Talent is probably an exaggeration of the word.
Talent.
Something I learned in film school is talent's a bad word to use sometimes. What's the other one? Hygiene was the other big one. I don't know why my OBS is being a bit weird. But yeah, hygiene, woohoo. So what has changed? This is a new section requiring all persons attending a tournament to be clean and wear clean clothing. What does this mean? If you and your clothing are excessively dirty or bad smelling, you can be penalized.
I think this is definitely like a. I think this is just a play to be like, we kind of want to clean up our events a little bit, in the most literal sense.
Yeah. It made in our group chat, Nathan, I believe he's been on the podcast before. He was saying they're going to have someone at the door smelling, like there's going to be a KONAMI sniffer. Like who's...
KONAMI sniffer.
I
don't agree with the title, but I would happily do that job.
I know you would.
I would happily segment people out of the line if they smell disgusting. I'd be like...
Even look disgusting?
Best.
Well, they go hand in hand. Like...
Hey.
Fuck.
Look, I look pretty degenerate sometimes. And,
Greg,
I smell
you're a beautiful unicorn of a man. Just... It's not directed to you.
No, definitely not. But like my fashion and all that is not, especially you get talking where I don't give a shit. But I also shower, wear deodorant, and a little bit of cologne, a little bit.
That's all you need, just a touch.
Goes a long way. And any perspirant cologne, perfect combination for a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament.
Yes. If anyone turned up dirty, I would throw a bucket of hot soapy water at them.
It looks like that's probably the way it's gonna work. Is you can probably just appeal.
They're gonna throw
judge.
A bucket of water on them.
Imagine though, it's like game 3, time's coming up. Hey judge, my opponent stinks.
You just start like planting smoke bombs on people so you can get them DQ'd.
Yeah. So the other big one, field layout, like they've tournament materials, no calculators, field centers can't be cards, body. They once again clarify that sleeves can't have holograms or whatever on the front, which I believe had always been a thing. So not sure about that. The big one is private knowledge. Is a new section which has been added to the tournament policy. You can't.
We need to wrap our heads around this.
You cannot divulge any private knowledge information either truthfully or untruthfully. Revealing information that is specific as being private, either truthfully or untruthfully, can be resulted in a disqualification penalty. Please read the example sections carefully. This is information you need to understand. I can go and dig up the ones, but pretty much you can't. Yeah. You can't say, I just set this.
In a practical sense, though, so, yes, you can't say, like, that. Like, you can't, like, say that to your opponent. It's very similar to poker, where in poker you cannot, you can say what you think they have, but you can't say, I have this. Like, it's completely illegal. But, so I saw, in the most practical sense possible, does this mean that if you mind crush your opponent, they can just say no?
So that's where the next card hand deck verification. With the exception of cards retrieved via search effect or when directed to do by a card effect, you cannot look through your opponent's hand or deck. You cannot call a judge over to look through your opponent's hand or deck either, unless you have a solid reason to believe your opponent may be cheating. Please make sure to pay particular attention to the examples in the section. So, and the examples then line up that you had seen them search Effect Veiler. You call Mind Crush on Effect Veiler. They haven't used Effect Veiler. It's not in their graveyard. They say no. You go. That's when you can appeal to a judge. If you suspect they have Effect Veiler and that like they're about to like that their plays would indicate it, you can't call it, and they go no. You can't call a judge.
So. And
you don't get to look at their hand anymore. No free hand information.
Yeah. So does this just an idea? Does this so do you still deck check when you or like say you lullaby of obedience and they say no?
No.
Is this the same?
No deck check.
The same principle, so you don't get to clarify whether they do or don't.
Hey.
No. Like a big thing will be no mana cross as well. Something I'm more familiar with. You can just say no more flip effects in deck, and then you just don't play them after that. Which I mean would kind of be a negative, really, but because you can't play them again. Actually, I tell you what, you could play them again, keep one card in your hand, and say no, it was in your hand the whole time.
Okay. So, all right. So before this becomes a bit trash, because it should realistically it should be. Like why? Why do you think this is a thing? Why? What is the possible reason for this?
It did get into a murky area with you have face down banished, what the judge can and cannot clarify. The big one would be Bowden using Lullaby at Worlds. Like this is, I would like to maybe think that this is the inspiration for it. That a judge went through an opponent's face down extra deck, which is private information.
Which only one player is allowed to know.
Yeah.
But then again, in that example though, obviously that he does play that card.
Yeah.
He had reasonable suspicion, I guess, but that is, as you said, that's completely private information to the owners, whoever owns those cards. So it's like, well, and I guess like it kind of it reinforces the idea of, and this is a little bit old now, but the CB trigger.
Yep.
Fine now to do as long as I don't suspect that you weren't holding a.
It's it's busted. It enables cheating.
That's okay. So that's the thing, right?
This so with the big thing, the big one that the only situation I see, and people won't play Mind Crush because of this, is Mind Crush is meant to be able to hit multiple cards in the hand. So they call Ash or whatever, and you just go, oh, discard one Ash. Wait till the next draw phase, draw a card, shuffle hand. No,
I have an Ash. Yeah. No, there is no.
There's no reason to ever fully discard a Mind Crush if there's no judge to see. It's pretty dumb. Is seeing the hand that bad?
It's just a huge enabler for cheating. Like this is.
Yeah, it's opened up a lot of windows, and like people have already looked at fucking broken ways of exploiting this.
Ordeal of the Traveler doesn't say reveal. So, and also the big thing to clarify is like if a card says reveal, it still needs to be or it says reveal your hand, like you followed the instructions on the card. But if a card doesn't say reveal, and choose one randomly from the hand, that's the random choice from the hand. They don't get to see anything else. Ordeal of the Traveler is the big thing, where it says choose one from the hand. If it's a monster card, if it's called right,
yeah, call it.
It doesn't say reveal. So wow, that's so time stalling, huh?
Yeah, on the back of time stalling, they really but with the time rule change, which enabled cheating, I could see it was a means to end of avoiding fucking 2-hour rounds, where you had the 1 hour to start a round, to do.
MyCS Sydney had 2-hour runs anyway, so that worked.
Did it? I mean, well, without the issues. I thought they ran pretty smoothly later in the day, didn't they?
We didn't have issues.
Yeah.
There was but issues happen. It's just to make the other rounds a bit smoother. And but that's the thing. I understand that as a concept. I understand why they want to do that. I don't quite understand this. Is like.
Yeah, what are they? Besides the judge having to look through the face down banish cards, I don't see what other plays this was influencing, what judges would have been appealing for this policy change, why they would initiate this policy change.
And that's that's exactly the point too of they had to this either had to have been appealed or this had to have gone through multiple people who all agreed to it. One go, yeah, this is definitely going to encourage cheating. Surely.
Yeah.
He went, maybe not, hey.
God damn. But even... And it's only if you have, you can prove they've cheated. It's just so bad. Ugh.
This as well, this is going to eat into time, right? So if I'm having to sit here and I've called reason you have an Ash, and I now have to try and or I heavily suspect I now have to sit there and prove it, call a judge, prove it to the judge, go through the appeal process. If I know you have and the judge disagrees with me, I'm appealing it to a head judge. The head judge has got like this is eating into time now, and it's just another factor on top of everything else that's going to eat into more time.
Yeah. What's
So
this M? It is really, really stupid.
What's the most relevant card that's going to interact with this right now though? Is Minecraft like
Minecraft, like it is the like atypical example, but in terms of like cards in the current game that interact with this, there's not a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. Which I mean, so like the impact will be minimal, but like. I guess they'll print cards that says reveal and such later.
Yeah. Do you think that gives them scope to errata some of those cards?
Like, they have to, surely.
Why? Maybe, but why, right? I mean, I guess they have to errata Ordeal of the Traveler, because if you don't play removal for that, yeah, that is dumb.
Could you just say no?
Wait. Sorry. Does Ordeal say who picks the card?
I think the opponent picks the random card. I think.
I mean, it doesn't matter because you can shuffle it You can hand shuffle anyway.
So yeah, the opponent picks a random card. You look at it and go, no. It's so silly. They have to write that. That defeats the whole purpose.
Solid.
How did it work in the anime? Just go off that.
One sec.
Was it in the anime?
Yeah, bloody didn't Yugi's grandfather play it?
Oh fuck!
Yeah, you
know, going into uncharted territory here. Jesus Christ.
Anime. What's his name? Yugi's grandpa.
What is his name?
Solomon Muto.
Solomon.
Yeah, relied on luck. The legendary gambler and ordeal traveler he used it in. Who did he use it against?
This is how to solve this. Listen, if anybody wants to know ruling, and if you can whip out a phone and get the anime episode up,
yeah, I've seen it in the anime.
I saw it in the anime. Pot of Greed, draw 3 cards.
Man, that'd be pretty messed up. Yeah, 187, episode 187.
You have a dude who just like starts spouting the Wind Dragon of Ra.
The summon text.
the summon text. And just like says the whole thing.
Please hear my cry.
Oh god, you know it. Stop.
Let's do the reverse. Like somebody summons Sphere Mode, and they go, "No, you can't do that. You didn't say the incarnation, Judge."
No, you can summon Sphere Mode as much as you like, but you can't summon Ra unless you know the incantation
in this fight. I do know it. I'm not gonna say. Yeah, I do. Look, and I did pull that shit in school. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh god.
Hey, they're playing fucking fake god cards. I get to bust out a chance to just take their god cards. You can't take that away from me.
That's fair.
Oh god.
And that's the thing. And these rulings just enable schoolyard bullshit of. But no,
right?
No. Don't know what you talk about. Oh, then I drew it. It's so transparent how you can do it. It's like bloody Infernities setting spells and traps.
Yeah.
Monsters in the spells and traps zone, and then scooping it up.
And listen, this has to be followed up by the next new policy, which is whoever loses gives the winner their best card.
Yeah, that's
Oh god.
I'm not looking forward to that.
No. I have so many expensive things.
No, my best card is Insect Queen. Eat a dick. How fucking stiff did Joey get? Like, he's just beaten all these. He gets fucking legendary fishermen too, and then he plays them.
Yeah, clusterfuck deck with like insect boss monster, water boss monster, random red eyes.
Doesn't matter as long as you have the heart
spells and traps.
And then he's but he's also playing Jinzo in there, so easy done. That was a good pull. That's the tournament policy. That's all the big changes, really. Card legality, they're still going to specify that because they still have exclusives. That's about it. Oh, I guess at least they're writing this stuff down, and it's not just rumors and bullshit. There's a positive. There's a positive outlook.
Yeah, but why'd they write that one down? It's a stupid thing.
God. Oh my lord, hold on. I just saw a card brought up respect play.
Oh,
Have you seen this?
I thought that was banned because
Yeah,
it's so
yeah.
dumb.
Both
During
players like
their
to play with.
respective turn, they have to show the opponent their hand.
Oh well, that's fine. That would still
That's
work.
fine, right?
Yeah, because it indicates that you have to reveal your hand.
Yeah, because people were thinking about it as a legitimate slide for dangers. Because you can't then reveal the danger
Because it's already revealed.
I did like this one though. Konami's new ban list, Minecraft Lullaby, guys trying to eat a Snickers or drink some water between rounds.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. Yeah, you can't eat and drink near the tournament area.
Fucking
Which
dumb.
Wasn't that always implied anyway?
yeah, so it must be different venues because we've never really pulled that off, so to speak.
Well,
That's the solar camera. That's the closer. Here we go. Look at
I
respect
like
play.
videos. Oh yeah.
I'm surprised it's hasn't been memed. That's like very similar to the two muscly arms.
Joe handshake.
Yeah, just going at it. Yeah.
Um,
Surely Farfa's
I-
made a meme out of that shit.
Yeah, not yet.
um,
Also, he doesn't make memes; he steals them.
Big call.
oh,
He
Because-
openly says it. He openly says it.
We can't do that anymore with Actually,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
they're
the
leaving the
EU.
Euro. It doesn't matter.
They've been leaving the EU since 2015, Bragg.
listen.
The
It's
deadline was yesterday.
fault.
Yeah,
It's
but Mrs. May
it's
fought
Brexit's
for an
fault that,
extension. It's
Oh,
Brexit's
shut
fault.
up. Yeah, it's Brexit's fault that smelly players can't come into events anymore.
Yeah, that's why Britain left the EU. So, oh no.
Yeah. Let's not go there.
Let's not defend an entire section of the world.
Wherever that is, let's not go there. Anyway, on to better stuff. Well, actually, no, I'm still mad about this too. Yu-Gi-Oh! Day will be purely speed duel support. Woohoo! Awesome.
However, not in this country.
Nope, not in Europe's jurisdiction. Just the American, just the US. I don't even think South America gets it, to be honest. Oh damn! I can't see the whole map. Where is it? There we
So
go.
almighty, like, I like that we were like, no, let's not affect stupid Brazilians.
Yeah, that's only one section though. I was going to go for the whole of Europe.
So
Right.
they've got a cool map. You've got an ultra rare variant of Destiny Draw, which is a skill that comes up a fair bit in the meta game for whatever it's worth.
Wait,
But also-
Speed Duels?
Yes.
Destiny Draw? What Destiny heroes are out in...
No, Destiny Draw, the Yugi skill card.
Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
Yes.
Rick was like, hold out.
I was like, they're not far enough to have fucking heroes yet.
Surprised it didn't call it Hard Cards or something. Now I think about it, that's a good point. A cool thing they're doing with this though is they're going to give out a PDF which has what I assume is a buffed bone skill card called Straight to the Grave. So if they do a sealed tournament, you always have a skill card you can use just a printout version, or if you feel like using it as a one-off in the tournament, just go for it. Play some zombies. I would hope they release it eventually. We don't know what it does yet, but I'm only going to assume it's going to be a bit more of a broken zombie support. Hopefully. Each duel, they clarify all the speed duel rules, but they also clarify how the tournament's meant to be run. 5-card side deck.
5-card side deck seems good.
And-
One quarter of the deck.
You can also side skill cards, but you have to stay as the same legendary duelist if you side.
Right.
So
Makes sense.
yeah, which is pretty damn cool idea. Like being able to change skills, I could see definitely being a nice little cute thing to do in the future. Wouldn't do it now because Dragon Call are all. Actually, what does Amazon even do at the moment? Call the Haunted, I guess. Or
I have
Bust.
to say Call of the Haunted, but that's about it.
God, Call the Haunted's so good. And it's pretty exy. It's pretty exy. And Tom pulled one first pack.
So can I? It's Like, are we really cards that have 50 million reprints? I understand, but are they really creating a secondary market for speed duels?
Yeah, they are. I mean, Sphere Karibo is probably the biggest problem, where it's completely meta defining. I might have said this on the previous podcast, and then that's going to be valuable for that market, even though you can just buy a shitty Sphere Karibo for $4. Skill cards being expensive makes sense. Like, that's the only version of that card that's ever existed. Cool, but having to pay for the skill logo, I can see turning off people. But at the same time, people are idiots. You kind of need to treat it simple and have skill card. Like, you can only play skill cards. There's none of this funny business.
Like, they can't handle their own, like, their main game secondary market. Can we not do this, please?
Yeah, I was hoping they would keep it as just sealed product or something close to sealed.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But I don't think. I mean,
That was the appeal for me of, like, deck building rather than.
Yeah, like if they released like a new booster, a new starter deck, or not so much a new starter deck, for instance, every quarter, and then you just get that set ones and you just keep going. So it's all like there's no RNG, it's just that, and then the RNG would be, we'll get into a little bit, the holo prints in the OTS, like the OTS packs.
That'd be it. That'd be cool.
Then the
OTS
other
packs. Oh.
The other big thing is not big. 25-minute rounds for speed duels. 25-minute rounds. Woohoo! That's nice. I like that.
That's pretty nice. That'll work fine.
The less time I spend around, the clean people now, the better. Damn.
Speaking of OTS 10,
that's it. OTS 10. So also, I mean, we've got two OTS packs coming up. The TCG Speed Duel Tournament Pack and OTS Pack 10. You can find great foil upgrades. This is for OTS 10. Awesome foil upgrade cards for competitive decks like Salamangreat, Sky Striker, Thunder Dragons, and Orcust. Including Ultimate Rare, Orcust, Automon, Galatea. There you go. Galileo. With loads of super rares ranging from Sunlight Wolf and the Fire Charmer, and even a Trickstar token. How are we feeling about these holos so far?
Let's just talk about what people care about.
God, the Orcust getting an ultimate rare was a bit left field. I wouldn't have thought that.
I mean, there's always one that it like holds no value, right?
Stratos.
There's always one.
But Stratos was fine. Ish.
Yeah, so this is the one, and then now the other two will be like Thunder and I don't know.
Sunlight Wolf might be a bit exy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so Sunlight Wolf's still at $10 for the rare, so the super rare should be about 10.
You reckon it'll only be a super?
Yeah, it says super.
What, it says super?
Yeah.
Loads of super rares ranging from Salamangreat, Sunlight Wolf to
the Fire Charmer.
Kita the Fire Charmer.
Oh, that's getting a super as well.
Yeah.
Trickstar token.
That's interesting.
And the Trickstar token.
Yay, the Trickstar life stage, that field spell everybody uses.
What other ultis do we want or need?
Well, yeah, Thunder Dragon fusion is probably going to happen, and maybe a Danger.
Oh, that'd be hot, actually. I didn't think about the fusion card being ulti. Yeah.
Probably like I can see Colossus getting a ulti.
It's one of the only high value cards in the Soul Fusion set, so I don't think they would.
It also has to be a foil upgrade. So like like going from secret to ultis. I wouldn't ever really call
I was
them.
thinking about Strike.
Yeah, no, but that got done a long time after Strike.
It was, but Secrets like was still decent value, and then Strikes were like 120 or so, 110 when they were like not so priced.
True.
Just like, and the other thing could be like, gosh,
Like, it wouldn't be all that relevant, but an ulti OG Thunder Dragon would actually be really hot.
yeah, that'd be cool.
I'd like that a lot. And it wouldn't be worth that much because it's just, like, discard fodder.
But then the other ulti would be probably Sky Striker, because everything's hollow for Sky Striker.
Probably, yeah.
And so with a foil upgrade for decks like Sky Striker would mean one Sky Striker takes an ulti slot.
Yeah.
Well, they've had the hots for doing ulti Sky Striker links, so they might do Hayate.
Yeah, but
They haven't done Hayate yet. I imagine they'll round it off.
that feels bad though.
But it's not even rounded
It
off
does
because
feel
they've
bad.
got to do the fucking Earth one at the end.
Yeah.
And the fucking Earth one's garbage.
Like one in every 150,000 duels.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, they summon it as an alternate to summoning Hayate off the fucking weird thing they do with the field spell.
Yes. Yeah. It just feels bad. Just feels bad.
It does look. It looks pretty grim so far, unless the second ulti announced is nuts.
What could they do? What could they do?
Like, do Luster Dragon number 2.
And then print Speed Jewel on it.
In the main set.
With the Speed Jewel tournament pack, we get a blinged out Blue Eyes White Dragon, whatever the fuck that means.
Right.
What?
Maybe it should be good art, and maybe I'll care.
Oh, and so the way this is set up, instead of two supers and an ulti, yeah, two commons and a super and or ulti. This one will be it's an all foil set, 2 foil cards, and yeah, so 6 ultra rares and 12 super rares.
Oh, that seems alright.
Yeah. And so yeah, so blinged out Blue Eyes White Dragon, whatever the hell they're going to do that as that, but they go, or perhaps you would prefer to draw cards in style with a super rare copy of Wonder Wand. So maybe Blue Eyes is Ultra, which will be a bit rubbish. Actually, they do.
For it and okay.
If they do the Legend of Blue Eyes print as an Ultra, I would
That'd
be
be cool.
into that because they haven't done that before.
Have they already set the ceiling that there's never going to be anything higher than Ultra in speed duels?
They haven't said anything. People are hoping for like Ghost Rares or something to make a comeback in this.
Fucking what? No.
That'd be funny as well.
No, well, what I was thinking is, like, if it's blinged out, they could introduce secrets in the OTS.
Yeah, God, I hope. I wish they put ultis in this to give us more ultis of stuff.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, look, Bragg, we're questioning this, but I hear that we have a question coming up.
Or would you like to ritual summon Powerful Relinquished as an ultra rare?
I don't know.
Yeah,
Would I?
yeah, maybe.
God.
The common one looks like shit. It looks so bad.
I bet it does.
It and it's nearly playable. They probably still need Sonic Bird to make that deck playable.
Yeah.
Great sentence that.
The more I hear about this thing, it just makes me want to play less and less. Oh, we really need Sonic Bird. Oh, God. Kill me.
Well, they got Senju. They didn't give him Manju for some dumb reason. And we talked about last week where Senju got a super print, so that was cool. And I pulled 1. Actually, that's something I got to say about Speed Jewels. Yeah, buying a box of that feels so bad. You get like into the common, like repeats of the commons by like halfway through the box, and you've only got 2 hollows.
Wow, it feels like old school. Like
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
It was a.
when you buy a box and you might get, like, an Ultra if you're lucky.
yeah, 3 supers and maybe 1 ultra.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it took me back. It took me back to old school Yu-Gi-Oh.
I was gonna say, it
that's
really
what
does
the set's
seem
designed
that.
for. In every sense.
Yeah, and
But
I just pulled. I pulled okay, ish. I don't want to play the Poker Knights, but I'm probably gonna have to because I didn't pull Call the Haunted and or the Necro Valley. Otherwise, I mean, they could, and I could see them doing like hollow prints of skill cards in this, so that'll be really cute. They kind of need to get on top of that. There's nothing to lose with making those skill cards hollow. Any cards that you would. So at least they're doing foil upgrades in this, and we had entertained on this when they announced this pack that they could introduce cards to the format via this way. So at least they're not doing that, because then that would create a even more. Yeah, they'll create an even more crazy market. Well, that would be nearly. If you had an exclusive to tournament pack, that would be well into the $30, $40 marks.
Yeah, that would be awful.
If they did.
For people who cared, anyway.
That's the other thing as well. Like, the tournaments need to kind of produce a return for people to invest that. But if people paying $30 to call Haunted. All right. Anyway, let's finish off this rubbish with a Yahoo-Gyo. Oh god. So once again, Yahoo Answers have come through for Yu-Gi-Oh related questions, and as always, the username is dead. I'm not sure if this is just permanently a thing now that we'll never know who asked these questions. But anyway, they probably wish to remain anonymous because they ask, how many cards do you pick up when you didn't have any more cards in your hand at Yu-Gi-Oh?
Did they type
5.
this face? Like, did they just whack the keyboard repeatedly with their forehead until they got somewhere near a sentence? Like, did they just mean to ask, like, what is the best competitive deck to play? And this is what their forehead typed out on the keyboard. This is so bad. Okay, in English, can you repeat the question?
Thank you very much for watching. Ciao. Ah.